Brett Perigo, tonight's second place finisher. Plenty of fans here, Brett, and a solid second place finish.
Yeah, I got to shout out the Turn 2 Terribles over there. They're all a bunch of good guys to hang out with and talk to. I really like them.
How are you doing tonight, man?
Hey, I'm talking here. You know who you're talking to? Macho Man! I'm on my way to Monday Night Raw.
How I want to answer the second one.
Your choice.
It's a trap.
I feel like it is. I feel like he's setting up fights in the front stretch. Is what he's trying to do.
Speedway. We've got Devin Gordon with us.
At Keen Motorsports Shop here with Kyle Keen.
Sitting here with Sean Keen. We're going to talk a little bit about racing history.
Yep.
Monday, September 29th, 2025. What's going on? I am Jimmy here with Jay-Z. We are the Turn 2 Terribles. Thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in tonight. We have a great show planned for you. We're going to recap the weekend that was as we had our final high limit visit here to our region this past weekend, and also our Outlaw tune-up at Williams Grove for the National Open, which is coming up this week, which we're also going to preview. Plus, we'll check out the Outlaws, we'll check out point standings, and much more to talk about. As always, want to give a shout-out not only to you guys for watching, but also our sponsor, Vertical for Life, helping prevent veteran suicide one beat at a time. Go check out verticalforlife.com. Support the cause. I see you guys in the chat. Santos, Magby, Matt Bird, Mandy, Randy, Jennifer, Dave Scott Smeltzer, Maria. What's going on, everybody? Thank you guys so much for tuning in, as always. I hope you guys are all doing well this evening on this Monday. Jay-Z, man, how are you tonight on this Monday evening?
You know, not too bad. Not too bad. I'm going to let you get started. I'm going to fix this. I still don't like what my camera's doing, so I'm going to fix that. But doing good. Excited to talk about some of the racing we saw this past weekend. Some pretty cool stories and what we got coming up here, coming ahead. So looking forward to it.
Hell yeah. We got a lot going on. We're going to talk a lot about the National Open, but we're going to talk about also our two shows that we're doing on Saturday. We'll talk about that a little bit later. If you didn't see our post, thank you guys. Thanks Williams Grove and everybody for posting it. But if there's any drivers, teams, sponsors that would like to donate, maybe like a hat, a shirt, stickers, whatever, trying to put some prize packs together, we're going to play a little trivia on the infield stage. That's our plan. Want to try to get some prize packs together for the fans. So if anybody is interested or know anybody that might be interested, please reach out to the page. You could reach out to the Turn 2 Terribles page. You could reach out to Jay-Z. You could reach out to me, reach out to Chris, whoever. Best spot would be the page, though. That being said, let's get into this past weekend on Friday. Where? At Williams Grove for the Outlaw Tune-Up for the National Open. You had 31 cars show up. And Brent Marks gets the win over Freddie Raymer, Brock Zierfuss, Cam Smith, Troy Wagaman, Justin Whittle, Danny Dietrich, Chad Trout, Giovanni Selzy, and Chase Dietz, your top 10. Justin Whittle, your quick time with a time of 16.665. Your heat race winners were Daston Pursley, Brent Marks, and Justin Whittle. Your dash winner, who started on the pole, was Freddie Raymer. B-main winner was Ryan Newton. And your hard charger, Logan Rumsey, again. I think this is like his fourth week in a row at Williams Grove getting a hard charger. 20th to 11th, getting that hard charger there. Brent Marks, though, coming in, a rare Williams Grove start these days for him, and he comes in and handles business over Freddie.
Yeah, look, I mean, time trial show, the World of Outlaw tune-up, this rundown. We talk about this every week. I look at that plus minus board on the right and go, what was the race like? It doesn't always tell the story, but it tells me this is the best cars that had their night go right. Like some of them may not have had the way they wanted it, but it was the best cars at the front of the field for the whole race, plain and simple. Brent gets this one done, but by no means was it an easy victory. By no means did he just kind of run away with this thing. Freddie never let him get out of sight. And there was some hard racing here in the top 10. I wasn't bored for sure. Obviously, I'm a Brent fan, so that was like I was paying attention. But I saw a lot of hard racing with everybody throughout this top 10 and even further back. So this is it was the World of Outlaw tune-up. It's a true preview to what we're going to see. We're going to see fast cars go fast, and they do all the things right. They want to put themselves in position to be in that dash and go battle it out from there and hope things go their way. So, Brent had the yellow car. A lot of people ask me about that because, like, Bridgeport didn't have the yellow car. Path Valley didn't have the yellow car. Basically, the whole idea was that was a Knoxville Nationals, that was a Tuscarora 50, and that's a National Open car.
Yeah.
Same car for all three events. He had this at this event because it was the tune-up for what they're going to go do to make sure it's dialed in and ready to go. So you'll see the yellow car back out this weekend. But I think if you talk through, the top 10, not everybody had their best night, maybe, but it was probably a good, like, hey, where do I gauge in myself in time trials? How were those laps? Probably even if the track isn't going to be exactly the same, it's Williams Grove and, corner entry and corner exit and roll in the middle, whatever they want the car to do. This felt like a real tune-up because we had all the cars. We've had World of Outlaw tune-ups in the past where there's, barely a full field of cars. Didn't feel like a tune-up. This felt like a tune-up. You had, Gio Selzy and you had Brent Marks and you had
Ryan Timms.
some of those guys coming in that were also there to tune up. So, wasn't the best feature I've ever seen at Williams Grove, but I didn't leave disappointed either.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, this was essentially, I mean, for the most part, it was everybody but the Outlaws and a select few. I guess, PPM, who just got cleared, he'll be there for the National Open. But a lot of the outsider guys that are planning on running the National Open were here for the most part. And, Brent's won this race before, twice. He's knows how to get around Williams Grove really well. And, firing on all cylinders, getting a win, rolling into this event. It bodes well for him. Definitely going to be somebody that you're going to have to watch. Looking through the rest of the top five, you got Freddie, you got Brock, you got Cam Smith, you got Troy Wagaman, and then you even go down the sixth there, Justin Whittle, who set quick time and starts sixth, finishes sixth here. Justin Whittle's been very fast there at Williams Grove, a little more consistent this year there. But I mean, this is kind of, again, the who's who. Those five guys seem, and also Danny. Danny's been kind of traveling around more, and then also Chase Dietz, who finishes 10th here. But those guys, especially lately, those seem to be the five guys that are who you're looking at when you roll into Williams Grove, locally. I mean,
Yeah,
like I said, obviously
for
Danny
sure.
and Chase Dietz too, but those five guys have been so consistent there lately.
Yeah, agreed. And we'll get into some picks and some things here a little bit later, and as we go through the week and actually Saturday, we're going to talk about some of that. But I got some names that, like, top of mind that I don't think are going to be on everyone's list that I have of, like, I think things go right. We've seen it before. Things go right. The speed is there. You got to be good and lucky. And that's what I think. There's quite a few guys on this list that absolutely could get the job done. So we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, congratulations, Brent. Making that haul. Um, before they go to Bridgeport and Path. With high limits, so it was cool to see some high limit guys there, and congratulations to Brent. Taking a look at point standings, this was the last race of the Hoosier, or was it last
It
race?
was the Diamond Series final.
The
Yeah.
Diamond Series finale, where Troy Wagaman won over Freddie Raymer, Danny Dietrich, Lance DeWeese, Brock Searfoss, your top 5. Kind of a reflection of kind of where the points are a little bit for the track title, but this is a nice little series for Troy to get a win here. I'm not exactly sure how much it paid, but it's always cool to win something that's year long and show how consistent you are. And then also your 358 champion for Williams Grove. Not really a surprise because he's been so dominant in that 6 car all year. Dylan Norris, 480 points over Nash Ely, who had a great season. Derek Luck, Chase Gutshaw, and Andy Best, your top 5 for the 358s. Dylan Norris, he won on Friday too as well, I believe.
He did.
He's so dominant in that 6 car, and that points gap really there shows it. But hell of a season by Nash Ely. He really has turned some heads, at least mine, at Port Royal in the 410, but he's also been very good in the 358 when he jumps back at Williams Grove, and second place here shows that.
Yeah. Can we actually look at that rundown from Friday night for the 358s? Because there's a couple things here I kind of want to just point out, right? Nothing too deep conversationally, but Chase Gutshaw got going, and got to the lead, and he needed a good run. That was great. Eli Tuckey started up front, stayed up front, really did his job. He's had some good heats throughout the year. Talked to them Saturday at the pits at Lincoln, and felt like they finally hit on something feature wise that they could be like, okay, that I felt like I could finally race the car. I felt like I was in the racetrack, so that was really cool. And Chad Criswell, that's another one. That's a great run for him. Had a lot of bad luck last couple of years. I've seen that car wrecked more times than he should to count, unfortunately. So really good run there. And Aiden Hare caught up in I think a lap 1 something and from the back to 5th. So because it had a pink numbered wing on it. I missed what happened that he got a piece of that big one at the beginning. So scary one there for sure. But Aiden Hare doing what he does is just running harder than everyone else, and you got a good car under him and just passing a lot of race cars. So just a few little nuggets and notes there that I wanted to at least mention a couple of these guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Dylan Norris was also the hard charger here in the 358s, as in addition to being the winner, going from 8th to 1st. Great run for Chase Gutshaw and Eli Tuckey there, rolling down the podium. Yeah, just that 358 division strong. We talked about it a couple times. But yeah, a lot of really strong runs there. I hope I turned my mic up a little bit, Randy. I hope you could hear me now. I hope it sounds a little bit better. And then he also goes on to ask, what happened to the 19R on Friday?
This is a big wreck at the beginning of the 358
JT
feature.
Ferry.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't seen anything yet that I saw what actually started this. All the camera angles that I've had available to me that I could see that everybody else really could see was sort of the end of it. But JT took a big ride amongst a few other people, destroyed a lot of race cars right at the opening lap in the middle of the front stretch and ended up in turn 1, basically kind of right down at the pit exit. Sounds like he's okay, no broken bone, but was pretty concerned about a foot injury. It sounded like it so hard, drive shaft came apart, hit him in the foot, ankle, somewhere as it was crashing. But big junk, a lot of torn up race cars on the very opening lap there. Scary one for sure, but I'm glad everybody was okay.
Yeah. I know JT was taken to the hospital for evaluation, maybe with his foot. Sucks for JT. He jumped in that 19R a couple times here in the past few weeks, and he's a guy that's kind of improved in the 410s in his own deal, and was able to jump in the 19 and kind of fill in a role there. And sucks not only do you see that car be done for the season, but also JT probably done for the season too. 410 points going into the final weekend of Williams Grove's season. You have Troy Wogum with a 165-point lead over Freddie Raymer. Freddie's slowly chipping away at it, and he got P2 here. Troy finished 5th, so gained a couple points. It's going to be tight enough where you're going to have to watch this on Friday and Saturday. That is one kind of unique thing I think about the National Open is that this track title comes down to the National Open. You know what I mean? Like I remember a couple years ago it was Freddie versus Danny, and I think more eyes were glued on Danny and Freddie than they were eight to 10 spots in front of them, for the lead for the National Open because, trying to see who's going to win that track title between those two. And I think you're going to have a pretty similar thing here. If Troy keeps doing what he's doing, he's going to be all right, but it's going to be tough with the Outlaws coming in here. More cars. It's going to be hard to stay up front. And, but we've seen great battles like this throughout the years there at Williams Grove. That something that at first I didn't really like a couple of years ago. I'm like, this is dumb that they're doing this, but it does add another element to it. I kind of like it.
I do too. I don't love it for every other like track in their big
Right.
events because I don't know. I think I've come to be okay with it during this one, no matter who's in the hunt here. But I'll tell you what, and I don't want to create any extra drama, but Friday night's the night to watch, right? How do these two do Friday night? Can Freddie, like if Troy has an off night, they doesn't make the A, takes a provisional. Freddie has, a really, really good night, whatever the case may be. You really got to watch going into Saturday then if this becomes a bigger storyline. But listen, history tells us Freddie and the Outlaws don't always go together, right? So listen, he's got to do his job, and it's time trials, time trials, time trials. Everybody on the planet knows it.
Mm-hmm.
These guys Friday night be watching where they time. That'll give you an indication, and shit. A lot of things can go wrong for anybody. A lot of things can go right for the other person in the exact same time frame. So, Friday night I think will go a long way toward because 165 is pretty big gap in points, right? So
Yeah.
it's still a pretty big gap, but there's a lot of race cars, and we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, even if you have to, like you said, if they have to take a provisional and say Freddie gets into the dash, and it's a really hard track to pass on, and Freddie somehow finishes 15 spots ahead on Friday night. Well, now it's really tight. Now you have no room for error on Saturday night. So,
And that's the big night where everybody's tuning up Friday for Saturday. So Saturday becomes even more,
bigger.
and
Yep.
it becomes even bigger and more pressure on those guys. They're Troy and Freddie aren't just racing the Outlaws at that point. Now, I think if you talk to both of them, they're going to be like, no, I'm here to win an Outlaw race. Like, point
Yeah,
schmoints.
you're
But
thinking about the Natty Open. You're
we're
not
also
thinking about that.
human, and it's there, right? It's there no matter what. So we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out.
No pressure, Troy, if you're listening.
No pressure.
But yeah, excited for National Open this week. We're going to talk a little bit more about that later. Let's head over to Lincoln quick for Saturday night, where this did get rained out right before the feature. They had 29 cars there. Quick time was Troy Wagaman. He ran a 12.855. They were flying there on Saturday night. 8 race winners was Billy Dietrich, Kyle Moody, and Dallas Schott. Your B-May winner here was Ryan Newton. And then the makeup will be part of the final 50 night on October 18th. So you get 2 features that night. Not only a 50-lap feature to finish out the season, but you also get this makeup feature where Troy will start on the pole. So you were there on Saturday. Had to dodge a lot of raindrops. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it in, but they gave it a shot.
Yeah, and I don't want to get into the business side of it. It couldn't have been a great business night, but
Yeah.
I was really disappointed, and I get it in this case. This is a timing thing, I think, more than anything. 109,000 people went to State College, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was, even if you didn't go to State College,
you're watching it somewhere.
you could be at home watching it. You had High Limit on TV. There was a
Yeah,
lot of other
Bridgeport,
reasons that, like, if you were going to go to Lincoln, you were going to Lincoln. No, all the outside. It was either for the benefit for the fallen police officers. You were going for this event already. You have your season ticket. You live 5 minutes away. It sucked. I think it was just bad timing. They did raise some money, thankfully,
Yeah.
for the fallen officers. I wish it could have, listen, you can't plan this. So I was very hopeful for a better crowd, but I can't blame anybody for what I saw. I really can't. So, but anyway, track was lightning fast as I've seen it in a long, long time. To give you, we know that 12.855 seconds is really, really fast. We all know that. If you don't know that about Lincoln, you now know that is really fast. I haven't seen a 12-second lap in years. The 358 fastest hot lap was 13.8 seconds. The 358s were in the 13s, just to give you some indication. And that was after 410 hot lap or 410 hot laps, 410 time trials.
Yeah.
Then it was 358 hot laps, and that's when they ran that. So a 13.8 is blazing fast, and they were just hammered out in the heats too. So and then a little bit of rain. We had a rain delay, sprinkle delay. Ran it in, ran the B main, got that done, and then it happened again. And the track couldn't take anything else. It just couldn't. It was never going to get back. It was cloudy. It was muggy. It just wasn't going to work. So, listen, the only option they really had was to reschedule these for the final 50. So, do you have the points handy for Lincoln?
I do.
Handy-ish. Here's where we were talking about Williams Grove in the points title. Let's think about this.
Yeah.
What's left at Lincoln for the year? 35-point gap. There's a World of Outlaw race,
Mhm.
and then a
Two features.
two-feature final night where one is a 30, I think it's 30 laps, this makeup, and then a 50-lap A main. It's 80 laps of feature racing with a 35-point gap at Lincoln Speedway points.
Yes. Troy over Freddie
You
Rainbow
want to talk
for
about
35 points.
want to talk about some pressure like a month from now or 3 weeks from now. Like they don't run again, right? They have the Outlaw show, and then you're going to have this double. So depending on the Outlaw show, and let's just say they're within a couple spots of each other, like they have been all season. You go into that final 50. Do you bring an extra car just in case? Like,
Yeah, I
think
mean,
about the track. What's Fred going to have to do with the racetrack to get it to hold together for both divisions that have makeup features? It's 4 features,
yeah, 4 features that
right?
went. Yep.
All those laps. And the racetrack's going to have to be some kind of heavy early to make it hold up at all for the end. So do we have a fast, narrow, hard to pass racetrack on the first feature?
Yeah,
Tear up equipment,
where and
right?
not just
Like
that, Troy starts on the pole on that one too. So
Troy starts on the pole, right? So like, there's a lot, man. There's just the crazy, right? Like what could happen? So like, how many cars can you bring to the track in one night just to be ready? Like just to win this points title for these two. So, man, like between Troy and Freddie, we got 2 racetracks to decide points titles here in the next couple of weeks, and they're that close to it. So
yeah,
pretty cool. Pretty cool.
I think that's going to be a lot of what I think a lot of fans are going to keep their eyes on is that 27 and that 51 between this weekend at Natty and then the next 2 weeks at Lincoln. I mean, those guys are separated. You know, Troy has a little bit more of a gap at Williams Grove, obviously, but not a fully comfortable one. And then this one is anything but comfortable. You know what I mean? It's really going to come down to probably 2 out of the 3 features who finishes ahead of who. You know what I mean?
And just yeah, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, there you go, Tyler. I think we're gonna bring two for the 358 makeup. So for Ashley Capetta, right? I think if you have the ability to, and you're in a points battle, if you're actually in that, which Ashley is, you got to be prepared for the worst case scenario, unfortunately, and hope for the best, but prepare for the worst in this case because it's a lot of laps and a lot of things at risk at this point. If this is April or May and you have a makeup and it is what it is, if you wreck it in that one, maybe you fix it, maybe you don't. Okay, whatever. You're down to it here, and there's everybody talks about money. I mean, yeah, it may not be a ton of money, but it's still money for these teams. It matters to them. So,
Yep.
there you go.
And you're look
Jaden,
at the
I was talking to
358.
Jaden. Yeah, I was talking to Jaden Saturday night, and he was like, "Listen, Jaden's a young guy. I don't think he's been in the points hunt yet in his career to this year. He was aware where Dillon started in his heat. He knew what he had to do. Like he was watching. Right? It's not pressure. He's a young guy. He's going to go gas it up regardless. But like he was like, hey, he's paying attention. He knows what's at stake. So he really wants to get that title, and that could be a fun one to watch too. Because
Yep.
Jaden was good Saturday night. He's good on fast. He's good on slow tracks. He does a good job. One to watch here as well.
It's crazy as dominant as Dylan Norris has been in the 358s. Still only 20 points up on Jaden Wolton in the 358 points standings, and then 180 points up on Cody Fletcher with 2 features. I wouldn't count Cody out completely yet either. You know what I mean? He's fast. He's always there. So it's going to be a fun one to watch.
No doubt.
Let's move over to High Limit. Also on Saturday night at Bridgeport in New Jersey. We had a first-time winner with Danny Sams getting the win over Giovanni Selzy, Brent Marks, Brad Sweet, Rico Abreu, Aaron Rachel, Justin Peck, Dason Persley, Justin Whittle, and Brock Zierfoss, your top 10. 28 cars showed up for this one. Your quick time was Aaron Rachel with a 12.570. Your heat race winners were Brent Marks, Brad Sweet, Gio Selzy, B-main winner, Steven Snyder Jr., and your hard charger going 4 spots with Cy Lynch. Now, this is all with an asterisk a little bit because we only got 10 laps in of the 30 before it started raining down there. Giovanni starts on the pole, led the first 7 laps. They get into lap traffic. Very heavy, very narrow track because they also got some, it was also obviously raining there a little bit, and Danny gets around him on the outside. He just rips up above, up above him as they get in lap traffic and gets there, and then it's, the skies open up and he gets the win. Who knows what happens if this stays all 30 laps? Man, did he look fast? He still looked fast regardless. I don't put an asterisk next to the win. I just, but it was only 10 laps still. But congratulations to him. And honestly, the way he was passing lap cars there as soon as he got around Gio, I mean, if thing stays green and runs all 30, I don't know if anybody's catching him.
You know what? I don't think the only people in the field that are asking that is everybody except Danny Sams. All the fans, all the world, every competitor except Danny Sams because he don't give a shit. He said, "Did you see the pictures on social media of him like sleeping with the trophy?
It was
Did you see that?
awesome.
I loved it. I was loving it, man. Like that. That's exactly the reaction you want from a first time winner, no matter what, right? I don't care what nobody. He does not care what the history books say. This reminds me of Aaron Bollinger winning when Ashton Torgerson got DQ'd at Lincoln, right? Like,
Right. A win's
hey,
a win.
I was in the
Yeah.
right spot at the right time.
Still
I
pays the
earned it to
same.
be up there. I took the check. I took the last green flag lap that we had. Simple as that, and put myself in a spot to either get lucky or do whatever. So, super cool story. What are the last couple of weeks with first time winners at High Limit?
Yeah.
And then well, really, it's probably been a month of it. I mean, I guess at this point, it's pretty cool stories. So,
Yeah.
good for him. Not much else I can really say about this one.
Yeah.
I hate it for that Bridgeport didn't get the whole show in because
I
that
know.
place is a show. With 410s, pretty much anything that runs on that place is pretty entertaining. So, hopefully they get back there soon, and hopefully I can make it to the October show this year
Oh, yeah.
out there. So I'm hoping so. Well, I didn't make that one last year with the surgery, I think, or whatever happened. Or is that on Final 50 night? I don't remember the
No,
dates,
it
but
wasn't. It was after.
yeah, I wasn't able to make that one. Hopefully I can get back there this year. We'll see how everything plays out. But I hate driving there, but I like once I'm there, I don't mind the place at all.
Yeah. Danny Sams here, this is a team. I think I heard him say something last night. Like they had one wing left that was from last year. This is a team that's just barely getting by, just a family run team. Basically it's him, his mom, and his dad for the most part, running this deal across the country. And it's a huge win for him. You know what I mean? That's makes him one, the payday I'm sure helps, a little bit, but also just some validation like, hey, I can run and beat these guys. I don't care if it was 20 laps short, and like he was, like I said, he was still super fast. Got himself in that position to begin with, started second. And we've seen flashes of this from him over the past few weeks. It's just starting to put it together. It's hard being out on the road, and looks like they're figuring some stuff out and finally got a win.
Yeah, no doubt.
Let's move to Path Valley last night. Path Valley High Limit race. I didn't know that they had this until... No, I'm kidding. This is an inside joke. 39 cars. Biggest race of the weekend there at Path Valley. Quick time was Brad Sweet with a new track record of 9.572. So many cars in the 9-second bracket. It was wild. Heat race winners. Danny Dietrich, Tanner Thorson, Chase Randall, and Brad Sweet. Your B-main winner is Brent Marks. And Dason Persley was your hard charger, going 23rd to 11th. But your feature winner was Tanner Thorson over Brady Bacon, Gio Selzy, Danny Dietrich, Ashton Torgerson, Brad Sweet, Chase Dietz, Hunter Schurenberg, an Outlaw, using an Outlaw freebie for this one. Justin Peck and Brenham Crouch, your top 10. This was chaos from the jump. Huge wreck in the one heat race where that I believe
Rock.
it was heat race 3. Yeah, it was heat race 3 with a Chase Randall one, or was it Thorson? I can't remember. But it took 6 out of the 10 cars out after Brock Zierfoss started on the pole, gets a little bent out of shape at the top of turn 2, tries to keep it out of the wall, comes down in front of pretty much the full field, and everybody has nowhere to go. Shout out to the high limit cameraman and all of you photographers down there, because there's cars flying all over the place, and you had to really keep your head up to get out of the way there. But
Yeah, that was a crazy one. Sorry, no, that was a crazy one. I'll be honest. I was on exit of turn 4, and the place is so small that I can shoot. There's a few obstructions, but I could shoot across. I didn't know who to shoot. I saw Brock do the wheel stand, exit of 2, which is the opposite corner where I'm standing, and I didn't know what to start shooting because nobody had wrecked yet. But then they started crashing, and I didn't know what to do. But I still got some of the crash with the 5 car. Gage Polkerbeck took a pretty big ride. I got some of him flipping, and GMAC was in that. GMAC was in that one, and some of that. But like, I never got any of the 14. If that car flipped like crazy down the backstretch, and I didn't get a single picture of the 14 flipping, it happened. Like, it was crazy. But yeah.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. Brock Zierfoss ends up actually getting still the final transfer. Since he started on the pole, they didn't complete a lap. He ends up getting marked as 5th because the other 5 cars didn't make it, neither did he. But they end up taking 27 cars because Rico Abreu and Aaron Reitzel had an awful night by their standards, and really let Brad Sweet back into this points battle now. Because he had a pretty good night. Obviously he would have probably liked to have been better. He did win the dash, start on the pole, set the track record, ends up finishing 6th. But Rico finishes 15th. Aaron Reitzel, where does he even finish in this one? 17th. So they moved their way up, but I mean, that's not good for their, by their standards. They had to use a provisional. Pretty wild night there. Brett Marks also, he was very fast. Ends up getting caught up in a deal. It was kind of like a simultaneous spin out of turn 4. Isn't able to make it back to the transfer. Still gets into the B main. Still works his way up to 14th. So it was a good night for Brad Sweet to possibly capitalize in terms of that points hunt there. But yeah. Story here is Tanner Thorson, though. Brady Bacon, who does have a Path Valley 410 win from Speed Weeks a few years ago, looked really good. Moves up 8 spots here. Was chasing Tanner down, just wasn't able to really get there. Track was pretty narrow. Obviously we know there's a shelf there, but it just didn't seem like they could use more than half the track. But it still made it for a racy surface. It still was very tight. You saw cars bouncing around. It was kind of cowboy up a little bit. Exactly what you want to see from Boring, to be honest.
Yeah, it was pretty cowboy up 1 and 2 all night. Kind of not ruddy, but like bump. I don't know how to explain it, but 3 and 4, it was very weird. The shelf is almost gone. Like, when I got there, I really do feel like they've added banking throughout the year, even more than I saw at Speed Week. It felt like in 1 and 2. It just was so heavy and it kept so much moisture. It never moved up any higher. They would have loved to. Trust me, they wanted it wider, momentum, come down off the hill, whatever. But it just never got there, and you couldn't go up into in the fluff basically. And then 3 and 4 seemed like it dried out, got dusty, and they were pedaling it through 3 and 4. So like, you could go all around the top, keep your momentum up, but it was very different on both ends. A very different racetrack, tale of 2 racetracks for sure. And I think if you go down through the field and look at some of the cars that crashed and then kept going, and you talk to each of them about their night, this was chaotic. Like,
Yeah.
so many guys were caught up in something, fixed something, got back out there, got into something else. Like, it was craziness. Just following Brent Marks, you talked about his night, right? Goes second quick overall, starts 4th in the heat. Just so happens on the second lap of the heat, Brenham Crouch spins out as the leader in front of the field. Pursley's in it. Pursley's in it. I forget who else was in it, but Brent ended up
Crouch.
spinning
Yeah.
almost Crouch started
Crouch
it,
is the
right?
one
And then
that spun.
yeah, I got that picture of him 3 wide coming at Crouch. He's facing this way, and there's 3 cars lined up coming right at him. Like crazy shit ever. And Brent almost tips over, goes to restart, and there's other cars crash. He pushes off, somehow has to restart 8th, gets back to 5th, 1 spot out, or 6th, runs the B, wins the B. Starts coming up through the A, left front tire goes flat. Left front tire goes flat, then him and Jordan Strickler get together. Goes into pits, gets an entire new front axle fixed in the work area in 2 minutes, comes back out, gets up to 14th, and right rear tire started leaking down. Couldn't make any more progress. So, like, that was just the story of one driver.
Yeah.
Think about the other guys. Danny Sams has Cy Lynch in his lap, bends the front wing, tries to get back to a spot, passing, like, Rico's night. Like, it really was chaos. Like, watching some of these cars, and I'm like, wait, I just saw that car up front. How it's everything you wanted from a bull ring, I think, except you didn't want to have junk cars that couldn't make it back. That
Right.
sucks. But at the same time, if they were single file all night, we'd be like, damn, that was boring.
Right.
This was anything but boring. So shooting hot laps and time trials were the most fun time trials and hot laps I had all year, because I didn't know which wheel stand was going to outmatch the last one. Off 3 and 4, Michael Walter, a wheel stand so big that he slammed it down, couldn't take the second lap, and almost hit the outside wall as it was coming back down. Like craziness,
You
man.
saw a lot of
It was
that.
everything you wanted from Path Valley. And like, I enjoyed Speed Week. I know a lot of people, it was dusty, it was battling for the bottom, it was elbows up, like shoving people out of the way during heat races in Speed Week. From the inside of the racetrack, I was like, holy shit, this is cool. Everybody on the outside was like, that sucked. I was like, these guys are fighting for every damn inch. But this was cool in a whole different way, and I loved it just as much as I did at Speed Week. So, I hope it's a mutual feeling for both parties that it worked for Path and it worked for High Limit, that this goes on. I really do. I'm concerned about Path Valley's financial state after the night was over. I hope they made some money, that they were okay with it, that they come back, because the world needs to keep seeing Path Valley and it growing, and hopefully they can make enough money to get some lights that are the same color, because it looked like a Christmas tree from the drone shots. Like, what are we doing? We got green lights, we got red lights, we got white lights, we got yellow lights, we got orange lights.
Hey, it's almost the
It was
holiday season
crazy.
already, so I mean,
It looked like the holiday theme from the drone shot. If anybody saw that on Flow, I was like, oh, they're setting up for the holiday theme with the lighting. So listen, it's a grassroots racetrack through and through. Like, they do a great job for what it is. I love going there. I love the show that was put on. I will always try to go back there when I can. I was entertained. I had a great time.
I was entertained at home too. I mean, I couldn't make it up. Got to give a shout out to both Path Valley and High Limit. They especially High Limit. They know how to run a nice efficient show, but also not cheating the fans out of like making it feel rushed. You know what I mean? Because like they still had their half-hour fan fest, and everything was done by like 9:30. Even with all the chaos, you had an open red after 7 laps, all the chaos and the heat races, and it was still done by a good time on a Sunday night. I just love what High Limit does there, and they don't make you feel like there's a difference between running an efficient show and rushing a show, where maybe fans might feel cheated a little bit. These, I think it obviously helps. It was a 1-division show, and that's perfect. That's all you need. But I hope it was successful for Path Valley as well. I love going to Speed Week there this past year. I wanted to get to this, but I couldn't. It's awesome. It's such a different type of style of racing that I think we're kind of starved for a little bit here in this area, and it's nice to have that refreshing, type of style of racing around here. I want to give. Go ahead.
Quick shout out, Logan Rumsey made the dash because of that big wreck. He finished the second. So I don't remember, and I should probably know the rule better, but like, the winner, they took the top 2 out of that instead of the normal format, because Brock, or the quick timer, was out. Whoever the quick timer was in the group didn't make it back out.
Yeah.
No, Brock started on the pole.
You're right. It was
timer of the group.
I'm sorry, it was Ryan Smith.
Ryan Smith was, somehow he made it back out later. But so they ended up taking the top 2. So Logan Rumsey got to make the dash, got to spin the wheel, got to get spun out by Brady Bacon. So like all his micro days are coming back.
It was
So
funny. It was kind of, they brought up the Tulsa shootout there, and they're running against each other, and all of a sudden you see them both spinning. It was funny. I'm sure it wasn't funny for him, but just kind of bringing all that back.
Yeah, they missed the setup a little bit. They talked about it after a little bit. They were a little too free, and I think Brady was obviously really good. So Brady was probably knocking down the back door, like gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, and they just sort of hooked together, spun out. But Brady kept going, so honestly saved his feature to even get the second, because if he gets caught up in that, he's going to the back. It's a lot harder to get through. So, but pretty cool night.
Get to some comments here from Billy Dietrich. What's going on, Billy? Always appreciate you tuning in. He says, shout out to all the fans who donate and participate in our auction to raise money to help the families of the officers. Drink it up 1,000 times. Gonna talk about that here in a second. And then he also goes, I didn't go because the week before I told the track was super wet and rough. That equals torn up race cars. I'm out. And then he also says, keep up the good work, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Billy.
One of the best moments, I think, of the weekend was both Strickler brothers pacing the field for 3 laps with the special paint scheme with the pictures of the 3 fallen officers on their wing. And they let them do 3 laps for the 3 fallen officers with those guys pacing the 4 wide. Super cool of Path Valley to do that, and High Limit to allow them to do that. And awesome of the Strickler brothers to do that. They're officers themselves, pretty close to the situation. This is their hobby, you know what I mean? Them racing sprint cars, and it was just awesome to see. This whole thing, as awful as it's been, goes to show how much this community pulls together. I mean, there's a ton of money raised between what Billy said, what the tracks are doing, just this whole thing. If there's one silver lining in the situation, it's that it shows how this community pulls together.
Yeah. Man, this was cool. This is the 3rd or 4th different thing our local tracks have done. Baps, Lincoln, Path Valley. I think Williams Grove
did
did
the 50-50
something, right? The 50-50. They all chipped in at their time and they're with their efforts toward this. They were all cool. So when I say what I'm going to say here, please don't other tracks take offense to what I'm going to say. But like if you were there, you will agree with me on this. The amount of crowd noise, the amount of noise the crowd made as this was going on gave me goosebumps, man.
Yeah.
Like it was the 4 wide, but I don't know if
You could hear
anyone
it on the
cared about the 4
broadcast
wide.
too, by the way.
Yeah.
It was
I don't
crazy.
think anyone gave a shit about the 4 wide. Like, no offense, but like I took video of it and I didn't get to transfer it yet. I want to hear it because like I was sort of like paying attention to what I was doing, but I heard the crowd. I didn't put it all together at first. And then I was like, whoa, that was a moment, wasn't it? Like it just sort of hit me in that moment, and I got some pictures of them, and I didn't love the ones I got, but I got a good enough one that something I'll remember for a long time. And like I wrote on my post today on my page, I'm proud to be friends with those guys and great family. I love seeing them, love getting to chat with them, and super privileged to call them friends for sure. And hope they stay safe, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Super classy thing by those guys. I'm wishing them the best. Couple more comments here. There was a question from Tyler Koenig. How was the crowd? I mean, we could hear, like I said, when you're talking about that, even Tony Laporta, he kind of commented on it when they were talking about the officer thing, how loud the crowd was, and some other points. To me, it looked like the crowd was great. They did put new bleachers in this past week, which looked pretty good. But for you were there. How did it look?
I looked at one point; it was still daylight, and I could see, and there were still seats that I could see open. So I don't know. Like I don't know, but I thought Speed Week was more full than this.
I mean, Sunday night it's tough.
But just being honest.
You also got to take into account all the tailgaters that are in their trucks up on the hill. You know what I mean? Like
Sure.
there's more than just that. And to me, when they would do the drone shot, it looked packed, like just like it did almost at Speed Week. Maybe not quite as much.
And listen, there was a lot of people. There was a line to leave. There was a lot of people. I just thought I would
It would be
see
more.
people standing around because they couldn't find a place to sit, and I
Gotcha.
didn't see that. I don't know. I hope, like I said, I have concerns about how the financial side of it worked out for Path Valley, but I hope the concessions, I hope everything worked that this could be done again next year.
Santos. I'm personally glad I didn't go tail 2 different tracks between Speed Weekend last night and open right after 7 laps. I'm good. I stayed home and got to relax all day. Glad they had an awesome crowd. Um, it says Santos. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean,
You can be happy to sit at home, but you should also be like, damn, I that was pretty cool. Like
yeah,
I enjoyed watching it, but I know it's better. Like it's better to be there in person no matter what. Like like there's a lot of races I see on Flow and Dirt Vision or wherever, and I'm like, damn, that would be cool to be there.
right.
Yeah,
That
it's
looked like
sure. Is
one.
it nice?
That really looked like
Is it
one.
nice? Yeah, is it nice to be able to sit at home and have a drink and after whatever's going on? But like, it's Path Valley.
Yeah.
Like
And even like I
it's Path
said,
Valley.
even like, we're talking about the open right after 7 laps and some of the chaos and stuff. Like I said, they were still done by like 9:30. Like it was still
It's
not.
still part of it, but that's part of the
But
deal.
that's part
Like
of it being a small track and everything. You're
short,
gonna get some of this
correct.
and the competition. That's kind of part of the draw is like, ooh, the almost you don't want to see junk cars,
Can't
but like you want to
you
see
can't get
that
away
close
from each other.
battle.
You want to
Can't
see
yeah,
wheel to wheel,
yeah.
right? We're used to the big half miles. We see plenty of inline racing that there's no passing at times. We get to see that all the time. We're good at that. We're good at bitching about that. This was wheel to wheel. You can't get away from each other no matter what you do or what spot you're in. You're around a race car. I'm here for it.
Yeah. I'm glad it was a great car count too.
Yeah.
Jeff says, great night at Path Valley. Met Jay-Z. Ryan Tim's very fast, but bad luck. Talked to Tim. Sam's personally great young men. The Strickler tribute was fantastic. Thank you, Jeff.
Jeff from Reading, I believe. Reading, Pennsylvania. That's a long
Nice.
drive for him to get out the
Yeah,
path.
that's about where I
They
was.
said he said they were at like noon. They were there all damn
Yeah.
day. I think they had breakfast, lunch, and dinner there.
I was down in Mannheim. And I was leaving Sunday yesterday morning, like 9:30. And I guess on the way is actually Brock Zierfoster's shop. So I'm just traveling down this road, getting to the interstate. I see the 3Z there and looked like they were open. And I'm like, oh, they're getting ready already to go. You know what I mean? But that's a far drive from there. You know what I mean? So Reading's a little bit more, I think, south from where I was. So that's a hell of a haul, man. A guess on how many cars at the Grove this weekend, asked Daniel Cohen. We're going to talk about that in a little bit as we get to our preview here. High limit points, though, first. Rico Abreu now has a 52-point lead over Brad Sweet, 198 points over Brent Marks, Justin Peck, Tanner Thorson, Aaron Reitzel, Dasa Persley, Brenham Crouch, Chase Randall, and Cy Lynch round out your top 10. And then as far as your owner standings go, it's Rico also leading that. 30.4 points over the 87, 52 points over the 49, and then 126 over the 7BC, and then 198 over Brent Marks to top 5. So 2 kind of battles there to watch with all the injuries and everything, but it's tightening up. It's going to come down to the final races. They only have, I got to go back to the, I think they only have 5 races left, not even.
6, 7, 6.
They have Lakeside Speedway next weekend,
Texas.
10th and 11th, and then Lucas Oil Speedway for a Wednesday, the midweek series finale, and then they have a 2-step at Texas to end it. So 5 more races left for Path Valley. It's gonna be interesting to watch. Pat says, my first time to Path Valley last night for the high limit racing. It was great. I really hope they keep it on the schedule. Really makes for some great elbows up racing. Some more improvements to the lights, etc. It would be even better. Props to Path Valley, High Limit, and all the teams of drivers for a great show. Thumbs up from us. Thank you, Pat. That's what we want to hear. I mean, it's obviously we know Path is, like you said, it's grassroots. It's smaller track. They don't run 410s. They don't have like that kind of huge divisions weekly to be able to, rake in all this money and make all these improvements, but I think they do a fantastic job with what they got. I think they're doing well enough. I mean, they just put new bleachers in. It's a nice facility for what it is. I enjoy it. Really quick, Word of Outlaws at Millstream on Friday night, where we saw David Gravel take the win over Buddy Kofoid and Logan Schuchart. This was Sheldon Honshield's Buckeye Brawl. This was like 30 years in the making to come back to Millstream or something like that. Or was it 20 years? Or it was a long time. I know it was a long, long time. It was over a decade at least since they've been there. But I mean, this has kind of been the top three that we're talking about besides, Carson Macedo, who finishes 9th here. But these are kind of the guys every week. Casey Alphabet, because I can't say his last name, finishes 5th. Good run from him, +7. Cole Macedo and Bill Baylog, 7th and 8th. Sheldon Honshield, who pro at this race, decent night, finished 6th here. Garrett Williamson in 4th. And then Donnie Schatz in the new ride, that new 15 JVI Jason Sides ride, going from 17th to 10th on his first night. And then on Saturday night at Sharon Speedway, it was the Blaney 10 back in Victory Lane, but it was Dale Blaney getting the win over Buddy Kofoid, Sheldon Honshield, David Gravel, and Logan Schuchart. Then it was Cole and Carson Macedo, Ryan Turner, Donnie Schatz, Bill Baylog, your top 10. Cole Macedo led 10 laps of this, and then Dale Blaney took it over with that. There was a really cool picture. I think you might have sent it, where it was Dale Blaney with that crazy wing, and then the two cars right behind him, and the car in the back just kind of blurry was sparking. Really, really cool picture. But a Blaney winning at Sharon, pretty wild. Normal at this point, but pretty wild still.
Yeah, like this doesn't surprise me at all, but at the same time, it just felt like everybody in the industry was like, "Yeah, this is cool," right? Like, yeah, this makes sense. Buddy Kofoid, I want to win, but you know what? Okay, right? Like, all right, no doubt. And at Sharon, and in that car, it's the Blaneys. Like, man, it's the storybook. Like, it's the storybook ending to this race, and what they're doing with that race car, and it's somehow legal, which is cool. I dig it. It works, and it's so out of the box that it works, right? Like there's guys that can go make a small adjustment on a race car and finish 12th because of it. They've reinvented a race car at this point, and they went and won with it, right? Like against the best of the best in the entire world. So, like that just shows you the thought and the engineering and the out of box thinking that went into this race car, where you can take something that works, make the wrong adjustment, you're garbage. They just a whole different theory on a race car, and they go win with it. So just is really, really cool. Like just everything about it is cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like Mandy says, Dale Blaney said high limit in his Victory Lane interview. Time to ban the crooked wing. Dakota Kuhn says Dale dunked on him. Yeah,
Oh,
awesome
I see what you did there. I see. I see what you did there.
The little basketball reference there. Yeah, awesome. But a Blaney winning at Sharon anymore. I mean, crazy. That it's still going on. Looking at the points for the World of Outlaws, David Gravel still with a 150-point lead over Carson Macedo. Still, I think that closed a little bit. I think it was like 158 points maybe last week when we looked at this. Buddy Kofoid back-to-back second-place finishes. That'll do that. Just continue to chip away. And then Carson Macedo still third. Logan Schuchart has been running pretty well as of late. Finishes 4th, and then Sheldon Honshield is in 5th in points. Troy Kramer, absolutely. Path Valley has made some great improvements indeed over the years. I agree, some better lighting to brighten up the track. Hope for more high limit to come back. Indeed made for some great close racing. Thank you, Troy. Hey, Dr. Wood says Outlaws will make that car illegal for next year.
They didn't last year, and they didn't the year before, and they didn't the year before that. So I don't think so.
Well, I think he's referencing because he said high limit in Victory Lane, but I don't
That might be why. Yes, that I would see. That I could see. He's
Alright.
suspended.
Let's get into this weekend. I am jacked up. I'm like a ball of, I don't know, just amped upness for this weekend. Friday and Saturday, National Open weekend at Williams Grove Speedway. The Outlaws come to town for the National Open. Carson Macedo is your defending champion. This is the 63rd annual National Open. It'll be for $75,000, sponsored by J&S Classics. Super excited for this. Obviously, we're going to talk about what we're doing, our involvement with this event. But let's talk about the racing first before we get into that. Here's some of the drivers that are registered. It looks like 58 right now. Some might be on there. Obviously, you have your Outlaw drivers and your top 15 in track points that were already pre-registered. You also have Brett Marks, Gio Selzy, Dasa Persley, Corey Day, Ashton Torgerson, Ryan Timms, Caleb Johnson, Jordan Thomas, Jeremy Weaver, Jake Karkla, Devin Borden, Dave Grube, which I saw that he was shut down for the season, so I don't know if that's going to hold. Darren Pittman, though, in the 69K, Steve Buckwalter, Dirk Rimrot, let's go. Kyle Moody, Samuel Miller, JJ Loss, Gerard McIntyre, Logan Rumsey, Tyler Ross, Troy Fraker, Matt Campbell, Kyle Spence, Dylan Norris, Dominic Miller, and Brent Shearer, all registered for this event. That's just pre-registered. That doesn't mean, that's going to be all that show up. A couple notable missing drivers are Brad Sweet, Rico Abreu, Aaron Reitzel, a couple of those high limit guys not pre-registering. Does that mean they're not going to show up? I don't know. But this roster, the way it is, awesome. I mean, you got Corey Day coming in. You got Ryan Timms. Obviously, you have Selzy, Marks, and then our guys, and then obviously the Outlaw guys. Fuck the Outlaws. But this, I'm jacked up. And Darren Pittman in the 69K. Can he get it done this year? Is going to be one of the biggest talking points as we go in through this entire week into Saturday night.
Yeah, I mean, I need to see and shake Dirk Rimrot's hand and make sure this is a real human. It's not AI. It's not like, is this a real human? And I gotta walk up and shake this guy's hand and get a picture with him. That's the only goal I have for the whole weekend. To meet Dirk Rimrot. That's it. That's all I want to do.
Just meet Dirk Rimrot. That's it. I mean, I think
Troy Fraker.
Troy
Fraker.
Man, we should.
He hasn't ran all year.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, he's been running. I think he runs USAC East Coast. Correct me if I'm wrong. And they dabble in some sportsman stuff, I believe.
Oh yeah, maybe. That's a different Fraker and sportsman, I think.
I think you're right. But either way, I mean, see Troy Fraker out there is going to be awesome. We should try to get both of those guys on. That'd be fun.
Yes. I want to interview Dirk Rimrot. I want to know what I want to learn about this human. I got to figure that I mean, just the name that Bridgeport.
Yeah,
when they had 3 divisions and he had 3 cars there.
He had 3 cars there, and he ran all 3 of them. It was like, it was
a 410, a sprint car,
modified,
a modified, and a wingless car.
It was crazy. He went out there and gave it his all.
All 3 laps of it. He did all 3 laps in all 3 divisions.
Tyler even says he's real. Trust me, his tow vehicle is his motorhome. A name not on the list. Thank you, Santos. That was announced today. Parker Price Miller in the 7th Indy Parts 71. He's the guy you're gonna have to watch for. That 71 is damn fast everywhere they go, but obviously at the National Open. PPM will be there.
It does sound like Kyle Spence is pre-registered. Finally got the 410 on the racetrack, and it does sound like they're going to be here. And Ryan Newton's going to be here as well. I think Ryan Newton's not on that list. So
looking at this list, there's potential to be over 60 cars. I mean, it's pretty incredible. This always gets a lot of cars, but to see some of the names here that are pre-registered, and they're gonna have to do some stuff with the pits a little bit because obviously they only have so much room, but they could definitely. 60 to 70 cars will be nuts for this, and I'm here for it. The weather looks perfect. There's no reason not to be there. If you're a big team, I know somebody said that Brad Brad, Rico, and Reitzel are not coming. Reitzel's going to race out in the Midwest. Brad and Rico not coming. Cool. Don't need them. This is a hell of a roster the way it is. And more to come, I hope. So, Mandy says, I have a feeling Pittman wins this year, but I've been saying that for several years now. You and Chris
Yeah.
both.
So I got a direct message a minute ago that said this person will come on the show and shotgun a beer live on T2T if Pittman wins. So if Pittman wins, we'll have a
Oh.
special guest post Natty with a live shotgun on live T2T.
Hell
So
yeah.
we'll see who that is,
If it happens.
and then we'll have that guest on. And then
I'm
I
here
got
for it.
another text here. Let's see. Oh yeah, the double OK. They are ready to go.
Hell yeah. That's going to be awesome to see them there. Good to see them in the 410 back out. Running pretty decent. So, over 60 cars here. Let's make some predictions. I want a Outlaw favorite. I want a Posse favorite. I want an outsider favorite. Then a dark horse and a bust. So that's going to be 5 drivers to come up with. To start this off, I'm going to start. Chris did give us his. He's unfortunately working tonight. His outlaw favorite is Buddy Kofoid. Not a bad pick. His posse favorite is Lance DeWeese. Also not a bad pick. His outsider favorite is Darren Pittman. Pretty good pick. His dark horse is Troy Wagaman. And his bust is Ryan Timms. We know how calling Ryan Timms a bust goes on this show. I know that for sure firsthand. Doesn't go well very often, but I could see that as well. So if you guys want to, again, outlaw favorite, posse favorite, outsider favorite, a dark horse, and a bust. Want 5 of those 5 drivers. Put them in the chat. Jay-Z, you want to go next?
Yeah, if I can remember all that. Outlaw favorite has got to be Gravel. With his history there, with his speed this year, Buddy is good, but man, it's gravel. It feels like a gravel racetrack. It's a half mile. Posse favorite for me is Troy Wagaman Jr. He time trials great every week. He puts himself in position. There's no reason he can't go get this job done. Outsider favorite is Brent Marks because it's not Outlaw.
Yep.
And my dark horse, is it just one dark horse on the whole 60 cars?
Yeah. The entire field.
Man. Cameron Smith.
Yeah.
He's been very, very good this year, and he's knocking on the door, and it's got to go really right. When I say dark horse, the speed is there. The night has to go right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dark horse candidates, man. There's so many people here I could name.
I know. Yeah.
So many dark horse names because there's so many guys that have speed that can get this job done. Like immediately, Garrett Williamson came to my mind from the Outlaws. Like I have no reason at Williams Grove to think he's like a guy that could do it, but like that we've seen that young guy creep up and be like, holy shit.
Yeah, where'd he come from?
Like whoa, right? It's easy, like Dason Pursley, he time trials well. Torgerson, like there's so many guys I can name as like dark horse that are dark horse because they don't have a huge Williams Grove history. I'm taking Cameron Smith.
How about a bust?
Oh, they do it every year. It's Macedo. Carson Macedo.
Yep.
Out. B main. Not gonna provisional.
Even though
Outta
he's a
here.
defending champ. I could see that.
Yep.
They haven't been running at Tom Forum recently. I'm gonna go with
Listen, he's good there, but
Yeah.
I'm going with the bus there.
I could see that. I don't disagree. I'm going. Me and you agree on a lot because I had 2 names written for 2 things, and you said 2 of those names. But first, my outlaw favorite. Just like the way they're going into this, and the way they showed up for some big races this year. Logan Schuchart. I'm going with him
Love
for
that.
the outlaw.
Ooh. Love that.
I think this could be it. This could be the year. They're really They found some consistency. I know he's not winning a ton of races, but man, is he right there? And you come home to Williams Grove, man, you time well. You're right there. My posse favorite, I'm a little weary on this one, but just because I was so impressed with what he did in the National Open last year, I think it's sticking in my mind. Chase Dietz. I could definitely see him
Love that.
being a factor into this.
Yeah, as long as he gets Mark safe from Sheldon, we're going to be okay.
Outsider, you said Brett Marks. That was gonna be Y1, but I had another name. Parker Price Miller. That 71. Well, as soon as I found out that he was there, I mean that 71 Indy race parts car is good. At Williams
Always
Grove.
gets around Williams Grove
Always
good.
good. Obviously, Gio Sells the youngest winner at Williams Grove in that car. Shane Stewart set the track record at one point in that car. I think it still is that track record. If I right or no, TJ Stutz. I'm sorry, broke that record.
TJ, I think TJ has it now.
Yeah, but it was at the National Open a couple of years ago
Yeah.
that Shane Stewart did it in that 71 car. Parker Price Miller has been really good in that car. That's been a great combo. Glad to hear he's healthy. It's gonna be hard to come back to Williams Grove, after being off a little bit. But I could see him being an outsider and being a factor in this, coming kind of out of nowhere. Dark horse. You said Cam Smith. That was one of my names. The other one, though, I've been saying is Brock Zierfoss. I just think if he can put it all together in time trials, he's going to be a factor. We've seen him, battle for the win of this race before. Him and Lance Deweese, when Lance won it, was it 2018, 2017, 2018?
18, I believe.
I think it was 18. Him and Lance just get together on a restart, and that was the end of his night. But I mean, he was there all night. He's in the dash, and he has the speed, and he's getting around there, and just got a win there a couple weeks ago, and he's been very good there. So he's my dark horse. My bust is David Gravel. I just don't like.
Sure.
I just maybe it's kind of wishful thinking a little bit.
It's the same reason I picked Macedo. I'm with you. We got yes. You don't have to justify it, but it's the same reason. So
I don't want to deal with a David Gravel win. I can't do it.
Correct. Let me ask you a question.
Hmm?
And maybe I'm not thinking about this enough. Maybe I'm just like top of my head thinking this would be a good debate. More popular win: Logan Schuchart National Open or Darren Pittman National Open?
Man, it would be close.
Is it okay? Because at first I was like, yeah, I think that would be a close battle and like what people think. And then I was like, man, Pittman? But it's Logan.
I think Logan would be bigger. I do. Remember when Jacob
think so
Allen won
too.
there? I mean, that place exploded.
Remember when Logan beat Sweet all four that time?
Yeah.
What summer was that? Summer Nationals?
I'm sorry, Jacob won at Lincoln, right?
Jacob won at Lincoln, correct?
Yeah.
That which was super popular.
Yeah.
But remember when Logan beat Sweet all four for the Summer Nationals
Yeah.
win? That place went bananas.
Yep.
Think about that for the Natty.
For the Natty, man.
Woo!
Darren Pittman would still be extremely popular, I think, but just because it would be a great. I think everybody would absolutely respect it, for sure. Nobody would.
I think it would be very.
I don't think anybody would be disappointed that he won. But I think the fanfare for Schuchart would just be a little bit bigger, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, for sure. There was something else I was going to say. Oh, and listen, there are a couple people had this in their picks and their chats and their whatever.
Yeah.
But I watched Ryan Timms on Friday night race at Williams Grove. I don't know even where he finished, but I watched him, and he reminds me the way he drives a race car of Buddy Kofoid. Like the way he was running at Williams Grove, how hard he ran that car, how much car control he has when the nose comes off the ground and can manipulate it, move it, and do all the things. I don't think anybody will be, but don't be surprised if he times well.
Yeah,
he will have enough speed to run with all these guys.
Yeah,
if he draws
it's all
right,
gonna come down. Yeah, it's got to come down.
And times well, he got enough laps last weekend. He's clearly a fast learner.
Mm-hmm.
Look what he did at Port Royal for the Tusky, right? One night, non-factor. Next night, wins the Tuscarora 50, going away. Ryan Timms, man, he's a prodigy. I really do think, like, the car has speed. when he figures it out, and if he gets himself in the dash, he can win the National Open.
Yeah, I could see it as well. I'm not. I didn't put him as a bust because I did it for Knoxville, and that really backfired. And I think I
Sorry,
did.
didn't it?
I think I did something like that for Tusky too. I don't think I put him as my bust, but I kind of mentioned him, and that backfired as
0 for
well. So
2 on that.
I'm just not even gonna mention him. I gotta respect it. I gotta put some
Moving on. I
respect.
don't want to talk about.
I gotta put some respect on his name. I do. So shout out Ryan Timms, man, for proving me wrong. And I'm just hoping David Gravel doesn't prove me wrong this time. I'm hoping third time's the charm where I'm right.
Yeah, because if he does prove you wrong, you're not allowed to do that section
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah. We can't just
You're
we
not
can't do
allowed to
busts
talk.
anymore. We
Yeah,
just can't. We
yeah,
can't
you're
do it anymore.
skipping the bus for Jimmy.
All right, let's get to some of the fan ones here. There's some good ones coming through. Marie says her outlaw is David Gravel, her posse is Chase Dietz, and her outsider is Corey Day, which I think Corey Day is a very good one. He's another guy like Ryan Timms that gets some laps there. He times right. He's going to be a factor for sure. And then her dark horse was Ashton Torgerson. I mean, you can't deny the
Sure.
amount of cars this guy has passed in the past month and a half. I
Nights
mean,
nights he's just there, right? Nights he's just running up front, and you're like, what? How? What? Where? What? Yeah, I mean, sure, I love that. I love all those picks for her.
Santos says his outlaw pick is Gravel. His posse pick is Troy Wagaman. And Troy was in my list as well, but I knew so many people were going to pick Troy, as he deserves it. Outsider is Marks. Dark horse is Devin Borden. And his bust is Dietz.
Interesting.
I like those picks. Devin Borden in that 1W, showing a little bit of speed, so not bad.
Just got to put it all together.
Yeah,
The
just
Devin Borden storybook, right?
Yeah.
You got to put the whole night together.
Tyler Koenig. His outlaw is David Gravel. Come on, guys. His posse guy is Danny Dietrich. I mean, that's a good pick. That honestly, it's a good pick.
Sure.
Invader Corey Day. His bust is Carson Macedo, and his dark horse is Cam Smith. So he's kind of on our same level too with some of this because Cam Smith's definitely a name
Jimmy,
to watch.
Before you put up the next one, leave
Mhm.
Tyler's comment on the screen. I want to talk about something.
Okay.
I'm ready. I'm ready for a Danny Dietrich dominate Williams Grove night. Are the rest of us ready for this? When is the last time at a big show at Williams Grove he time trialed, he ran a dash, he won the feature, he did it going away, and he dominated it? It's time. I think everyone will be happy with this too, by the way.
Yeah, I don't think there would be many people.
Everybody, all of us in Posse Land, love him or hate him, would be perfectly happy if he had a perfect night.
Yeah.
It is a perfect weekend to have a perfect night, Danny Dietrich.
Yeah.
It's time. The car's good. The car's fast. He likes Williams Grove, I think. Maybe. I don't know. It depends on the week, maybe. But it's time. It is time to put on the season that they've had and the speed that they've had all year long everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. To be quite honest, everywhere.
Everywhere. Yep. He's proved
It's time to have the night.
He's proved
I
it
don't
against
care
the
where
same
you
competition elsewhere. You know what I
Yes.
mean? There's no reason
Don't
why he
care
couldn't do
where
it
you
at home.
pull. Yeah, and I don't give a flying shit where you pill draw because fast guys can overcome it. Go dominate the night. We are ready for this. Make it happen. Let's go.
Travis Lobb he agrees. He says Danny's gonna win. James
I want to will this
Bagby.
into existence so the Outlaws don't win. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm willing this into existence at this point.
Anything but an outlaw win. I'll take it. His outlaw pick is David Gravel. His posse pick is Justin Whittle, which I've mentioned him a little bit here and there. His dark horse is Logan Rumsey. Outsider Darren Pittman, and his bust is Ashton Torgerson. So you're kind of seeing some of the duality here with some of our fans' picks here. Pat says his outlaw pick is Gravel. His posse pick is Danny. Outsider Corey Day. Dark horse Giovanni Selzy. That's a great name. In that 7BC, they're starting to put that together, getting a little more.
Hell, he even spelled it all right. Look at that.
Yeah,
he did the whole Giovanni and everything.
Not just that. I know Tony Laporta was talking about it a little bit last night. Like, hey, they kind of had a coming to Jesus meeting about that car. Like, hey, trying to understand how they operate together, and to try to get, they're used to Tyler Courtney in that car. The language that Gio, I guess, was using isn't the same for them to understand each other, how to set that car up. They boiled it down, and he's been so much faster here the past couple weeks. He knows how to get around Williams Grove. He knows how to win at Williams Grove. He is definitely a guy to watch. I like that pick, Pat.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
I'm going to interrupt again. Marie Beasley, my favorite weekend, no matter who wins. Marie, that's not posse like of you at all.
Where is that?
So, Marie, we need to meet Marie, by the way. Don't you think, Jimmy?
Yeah,
Isn't it time for us to meet her?
It is.
So, Marie, hit us up this weekend. We have a traffic cone you can shotgun a drink out of and sign the cone. We would be privileged if Marie Beasley's name was on the cone.
That would be great. That would be awesome.
Camping out this weekend, hit us up, find us, come have a drink with us.
I might bring it at least to the chili cook-off just to see.
Just to sit it there and see what happens.
Just to sit there, see what happens.
Because we know Nate will be around, so somehow or another, it will work together. So, Marie, we'd love to meet you. Hopefully, we can hook up this weekend, say hi, shake your hand, have a drink with you.
Aunt Bay, Macedo, doesn't say which Macedo. I'm going to guess Carson is his outlaw pick. Troy is his posse pick. Marks is his outsider pick. Brock is his bust. And Gio is his dark horse as well. And Santos also says dark horse in all reality. Sheldon Hansfield. We've seen him win.
Dark horse, he doesn't win there much, so.
But we've seen him win there. I mean, he has, and he's been faster.
EJ, see EJ's comment? He won't win Ohio Speed Week next year. Obviously referring to Danny, so elaborate, EJ. Tell us what you know. Elaborate on the future, my friend. Predict the future. Marie says you're on. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right. That's what I'm talking about.
Got a date with the traffic cone.
No Anne Marie's. No Anne Marie's.
Gary says his picks are Gravel, Dietz, Marks, Kofoid, and Stutz.
Outlaw, Posse, Outsider, Dark
Horse is Kofoid?
Disappointment?
Or Bust, maybe? Maybe is Bust. Because I think Stutz would be more of a Dark Horse, which I could see that. We're going to go with that. I think that's better. Mandy. Posse is Deweese or Wagaman. Outlaw is Gravel. What?
Got to pick one. 2 Posse picks?
She gets 2. You know, Mandy. She'll list them all.
1,000 words or less. Mandy, 1,000 words or less. 1 Posse driver. Which one are you picking?
Invader, outsider. Does Pittman count? If so, him. Yeah, he absolutely counts as insider. If not, Gio Selzy. It's a good pick. Dark Horse, Shoehart. I'm putting him in that favorite category. He's always up front at Williams Grove. He's a favorite to me, but I agree. And then his bust is Marks or Hodenshield. Let's go with Hodenshield because you put a question mark.
Listen, they'd be a bust, right? Because we kind of expect them to be in the hunt
Absolutely.
for this thing.
I agree. Yeah. Daniel Lee, outlaw favorite is Gravel's posse favorite is Danny Dietrich. Outsider is Ryan Timms. Dark Horse is Cody Hartlob. And his bust is Shots. I don't even know if I could put Donnie in a bust category right now, just because it's so many moving parts with that. With him, they're just trying to get figured out and kind of get top 10s here. You know what I mean? But I like that pick, Daniel Lee. I like it.
It's fair. Where in the running order of the night would you consider Shots a bust?
Outside the top 15. Because he's just kind of where he is. Outside the top 15, I think that would be a bust. You expect him to be top 15,
feel like,
at least.
Yeah, Donnie Shots is a top, at his worst, is a top 6 car, right? At Williams Grove. All the National Opens, it fits his style. You got to think if he's outside the top 6, it's like, ooh. So, yeah, like that's fair. Top 15. Yeah. Well, let me ask Daniel. Daniel, put in the chat, where's Donnie finishing that you would call it a bust for Donnie?
EJ says, have fun with Sean Hancho kicking that booty this weekend. I don't know.
Like
we'll see.
An official's booty, or like, is he going to beat up another official, or like, what's going to, like a domestic violence charge, or what do you mean by that?
Steph says, did Gravel put in the rules that no one is allowed to race him hard?
Yes, that is in the rules for the National Open. You're not allowed to race David Gravel hard at any position on the track all night long.
And Daniel Cohen even asked this. He asked this a little bit later here. He says, "Is Shots more of an outlaw favorite or a dark horse?" And I think he has to be in the dark horse category right now. I don't think you could put him in the favor because I think there's at least 5 outlaw guys that you would put ahead of him, even with all of Donnie's greatness, how good he is at Williams Grove, how many national opens and all that, how many wins he has there. It's just the fact that it's a new car, new thing, everything that's kind of gone sideways for him a little bit. He's getting it back on track. He looks solid. I'm not saying he's out of the realm of winning at all. You know, I would put him in that dark horse category, but I don't expect him to be a favorite. I put like 5 or 6 outlaw guys, unfortunately, ahead of him at this point, just because of the situation, not because of his talent.
You're too nice, Jimmy. You're too nice. He's absolutely a dark horse. He doesn't have a win
Yeah.
this year. He has one since October of last year at Lincoln. He has like
That's a long
8
time
top
for Donnie
5s on the
Schatz.
like 8 top 5s on the whole season or something. He's a dark horse.
Yeah, for sure.
Regardless of history, he's a dark horse.
And then this was cute. Justin Whittle says hi, Aunt Bay, and then Aunt Bay says hi, Justin Whittle. Can't wait to party for your birthday this week, and happy birthday, Justin Whittle. If we don't see you, we got a bunch of birthdays to celebrate this weekend, to be honest. Pat says his World of Outlaw favorite is David Gravel, Posse Danny Dietrich. Those are the most, and outsider Corey Day. I think that's our 3 most popular for each one of those categories. Dark horse Darren Pittman, and his bust is Brent Marks. See if there's any more. Yeah, thank you. I am too nice, I guess. Let's see. What else? Andy says Dietrich has to figure out a time trial. He's been very open about it. That's their Achilles heel, but he's shown at times this year that he can time. So it's just about, it's gonna be hard to do at Williams Grove. It's gonna depend. Listen, weather looks beautiful. No chance of rain, so maybe the track's a little bit wider than usual. Maybe it's gonna depend how they prep it, but it's gonna be very dry all week. It's gonna be dry all weekend. Not a lot of natural moisture in the track.
Man, you know what I'm thinking here, Jimmy? I was just looking down the rundown. Connor Morrell was really good earlier this year at Williams Grove. Terry Madsen, like, just good everywhere.
Gary
Like,
Madsen's that's an interesting name that nobody has said yet. That's a good name.
haven't seen him run at Williams Grove in a long time, and I don't know his history there a ton. Like,
But he's
obviously
been
not
good
a
in that.
huge like,
He's
yeah,
been
like
good in
not
that
a that
ride.
car's good. That car's good there. Like, he's experienced. He can still time trial. Man, there's so many like wouldn't surprise me type drivers in this rundown. Like, there really is, man. It's kind of wild.
Daniel Lee said he agrees with us. 15th or worse for Donnie would consider a bust. I agree. And Santos wouldn't be upset with a gravel win. You're just trying to get us
This
riled up
guy.
now.
Yeah, don't gaslight us.
Matthew Crone says JVI might spend a lot of money this weekend since it's his home track.
I think JVI already spent the money.
Yeah.
It's on the wing. That money is spent, my friend. It's on the top wing.
But yeah, I mean, hey, I don't know. It's Donnie Schatz. You're already going to put him in the best of the best. I don't know if you can even the best of the best that you could do. You know, so. Chris says I'm not nice. All right, buddy. All right. Why don't you have a foot race to go run? Love you, Chris. Can't wait to have him. He's going to be there as well for our 2 shows on Saturday. Let's talk about that. 2 live shows on Saturday, October 4th at Williams Grove, 10 a.m. We talked about it last week. We had Chianos on for Beer Hill Gang. We talked about the National Open Chili Cook-Off. Awesome event. We're so glad to be going back here for a second year in a row. Glad that they invited us back. Going to be a much better setup for us this time. I think we got some things figured out. 10 a.m. at the back pits. We will be there. We're gonna live stream some of that, but we won't live stream the entire show of that one. Probably about an hour and a half. So if you can't get it there for 10 a.m., be sure to check out our Facebook, YouTube, or our X account, where we'll be live. Chime in, and then the big show is at 5:15 at the infield stage. We're putting together some guests. We're putting together some trivia. It's going to be awesome. This is an honor. We're so happy for Williams Grove to ask us to do this. We'll be on the infield stage, right over the bridge there, right behind all the merchandise there. So swing on through when you get in. We're putting together a couple, like I said, we're putting together a couple of very special guests. We'll announce them throughout the week as we get them confirmed. And then we're going to try to do some trivia. If you saw our post, we are asking for some, if any teams, sponsors, anybody wants to reach out and give some merchandise, stickers, hats, shirts, anything like that. Nothing crazy. So we can put together some prize packs so you guys, the fans, could come and answer some National Open history trivia. You get it right, we're going to give you let you choose from a prize pack or whatever we have there. We'll be doing that after we interview a couple drivers. We're super excited for this. We'll have the National Open check and the National Open trophy on stage with us, which will be pretty awesome. And we're going to try to talk to some guys that, you guys want to see. So, super excited for this weekend. Can't say it enough. Starts at 10 a.m. Chili cook-off. Come hang out all day. Lots of good chili going on there. And then obviously 5:15 at the infield stage. So when you get in, we'll be on for probably about an hour or so. Don't want to be too late. Don't want to overrun the driver's meeting or anything, but be there for about an hour. Come in when you're going for your merch or whatever. Come over, hang out for a little bit. Maybe even get your shot at winning some free merchandise. So, yeah. Keep your eye out on our socials for some more information as we get it throughout the week. We've been working on some of this stuff behind the scenes. We just don't have a couple things confirmed yet, but you guys are going to be in for some surprises, that's for sure. So come hang out with us on Saturday.
Yeah, looking forward to this, man. Like both shows, to be honest. Like we had a great time last year at the Chili Cook-Off.
Fantastic.
It's very like a wing it thing. We're talking, we're just chatting with each other. People walk up, hey, you want to come in? We got people signing each other's asses. Like, there's celebrity judges in our world. Celebrities. I don't know if we call half of them celebrities, but they are. That's a fun time. It's pretty loose. It's getting the day going. It's before all the drunks go play kickball. Like, it's a fun deal. We had a great time. You're not setting up near.
Yeah,
We don't know
we will.
where we're at, but we're
Yeah.
near the chili. We were near the chili last
we're-
year. We were right there, kind of in the mix. We don't know exactly where we'll be this year, but we're gonna be right there. Yeah, we're gonna be in that whole area somewhere.
Yes.
You won't miss us. We're gonna have the speakers. It'll be loud.
Yeah.
Because we'll be doing like a PA system there and a little bit of live streaming on here.
Yeah.
So gonna be a great time. Looking forward to that for sure. Yeah, and the weather looks great. It doesn't look too hot. Like we won't be
Looks
sweating our
great.
asses off.
I mean, mid to upper 70s, 0% chance of rain.
Yeah.
From Thursday through
So
Sunday.
like at 10 a.m., it might be a
Oh,
long sleeve shirt. 10
yes.
a.m. It's gonna be early. It's gonna be phenomenal.
Perfect National
Looking
Open
forward
weather.
to it. And then this one at 5:15. For us in our dumbass world, this is our points battle, and we're like thinking about it
Yeah.
and see how we can just screw this up. So come out, check it out, make fun of us, laugh at us. We're gonna have some drivers. Really trying to get some interesting drivers to talk to. It'll be pretty short form, 10, 12 minutes at the most per
Yeah.
person.
We don't want to
maybe,
hold
like,
these guys up. They got to go.
Yeah.
They
and
got to get ready.
all of
but-
you, let you all go do your own thing. But on the big stage in there in the infield, come say hi. You know us. We're gonna say hi to you in the crowd. Whatever. Come check it out. And hopefully we get to do more of this. So pretty excited about it.
Stream the drivers meeting so you can run a continuous stream chili cook at the drivers meeting.
Oh,
I don't know
Jesus.
about that.
I don't know if I have enough batteries in my camera
Yeah.
for all that. I don't. I'm not sure. Yeah, that would be cool.
That
But
would be cool. Yeah, I don't know. That's a long day. It's already going to be a long day.
but listen, we're not real media, so we want to start drinking. Okay, like we want to start having our night, like enjoying our National Open. So like we're media, but we're not real media. Like this is not our job. So I don't know. Maybe we start drinking while the national drivers meeting. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, the chili cook-off. We want to try to do some different things. Maybe try to go around to some of the booths this year and show them off. We weren't really able to do that last year with the limited technology that we had, but we got a lot of things figured out. I think we're learning as we go here. invested in some equipment and stuff, so we're good to go there. So we're gonna try to do some different things there. Gonna try to have 2 cameras on the infield stage too, even if it's just a phone camera, kind of pointing back and just kind of showing you the crowd and all the other goings on throughout the event. And the trivia thing I think is going to be cool. Chris and our buddy George have been working really hard on about a good amount of questions, all National Open trivia. So start getting on Wikipedia, getting on Google now, trying to start look at some of this stuff, and come on over and try to win some prizes. Got a couple guys that did say that they were going to get some stuff, and we'll announce that stuff as we know, as we confirm some of this. So super excited for
If
this.
you're listening to this,
Extremely nervous too.
and nervous, yeah. But
Yeah.
if you're involved with a team, you're involved with the merch, you're a driver, you're a team owner, you're listening to this right now, tomorrow, whenever. If you have any shirts you want to donate, we want to give some prizes out to fans who answer the trivia. If you have any T-shirts, anything you're clearing out for the season,
Yeah.
throw it our way. We want to give it to the fans. If you're willing to part way with a shirt or one or two or one,
Yeah.
but hit us up. You can hit me up personal socials, Jimmy's personal socials, my photos page, T2T page. Hit us up. We'll try to meet up, coordinate, pick that up from you. Want to give that back to the fans and have a little fun, do some trivia.
Absolutely. And you can also hit up Chris as well if you're friends with him, because I saw he put in our chat that he got an offer. So once we confirm that,
Message. Yeah, we got a DM in our T2T page earlier.
cool.
So
I have to go look at that.
yeah.
So
we
yeah,
got one already. We got a couple things already coming in.
so that's awesome. Thank you guys so much, and please come hang out with us on Saturday. If it's not even at one of these, we'll be. I know me and Chris and our whole gang will be in the infield. I know Jay-Z, you're going to be around taking pictures. So come hang out with us at any point. I know I'm going to get there Thursday night to set up camp, and be there all weekend. So if you come see us, come say hi. It's going to be a great weekend, and hopefully it ends with a posse winner in victory lane, winning that $75,000 brought to you by J&S Classics for the 63rd annual National Open at Williams Grove.
Should we be putting a rule in that Tyler can only win one question?
Yes. Oh yeah. Once you're up, so I'm pretty sure the way we're going to do trivia is I'm just going to try to ask for volunteers, bring them up, ask a question. If somebody out from the crowd yells the answer, we're going to disqualify that person and the person. The person.
So Tyler,
answering
you can't win every
Yeah.
question, Tyler.
Yes.
Okay, you can only win once. So pick the right one.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out from there. So
And
because Tyler, I think would win. Like, because Maria asked how many years are we going to go back? I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't even seen any of the questions yet, to be
We
honest.
haven't seen the questions yet. We got people handling that.
Yeah.
We're not sure, but
Yeah.
I know based on some of the conversations we've had privately in our like little racing buddy group by racing guys, we can go back some years.
Yeah.
We got some trivia guys on the job.
Chris and George are perfect for it. They do all this type of research. They're all about the vintage. They're all about the history, especially Chris. You guys know Chris, big Williams Grove National Open guy. He knows the history probably on the back of his hand. And we combine that with George, who acts like he's about 75 years old, but is a lot younger, knows a lot of racing history. So these are going to be, we're going to have some easy questions. You're going to have some hard ones. I'm going to make sure that we save the hardest one for Tyler. I bet you
know who George reminds me of? Our buddy George is only like, how old is he? Like 35?
Yeah, he's a little bit older than that.
Maybe late 30s. But he acts like he's in his like late 50s, right? He's everyone's dad. You walk up, you know who he reminds me of? You remember the show Mythbusters?
Yeah.
The guy with the hat?
Yeah, he does.
That guy? That's George. Like,
yeah,
everybody's grandfather, but he's nobody's grandfather at the same time. That's our buddy George. So
there he is.
They're in on this history thing. There he is.
Hey, Dr. Wood right there. I've been putting together some evil trivia while I've been watching tonight, so get ready. And
there
Chris,
we go. We're gonna test
all
you.
the years.
We're gonna test you guys. All right.
I'm super excited for it. I think it's something a little bit different. Try to get you guys involved a little bit. You know what I mean? And so come on out. Make sure you come in. You can't win unless you're there. So
come check it out. Have a little fun with us.
That's it. I guess let's finish off with Drink It, Dump It.
Oh shit.
Do we want to? I don't know if you looked in our Discord. Do you want to announce the other thing? Just check your Discord.
on.
Just give me a yes or no. We don't have to, but I don't know if it would be.
Which one are ours?
Yeah.
I don't know. Have we confirmed we're doing that
I think so.
next week?
Either next week or soon.
Let's not get into that
Alright.
yet.
We'll let you guys
Wait.
know.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
But anyway, all right, drink it, dump it. I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna drink it. I don't know why I went first because I didn't have anybody in mind.
Right? I will go. I can
Go
go.
ahead.
All right, I'm going to drink it to Danny Sam's. That's an easy, low hanging fruit for tonight. I just think young guy, family deal. Just full disclosure, we were trying to get him on here tonight, but I think
Yeah.
they might be heading back to Florida. I'm not sure. They weren't sure with the way Path Valley went. It didn't go great, but it didn't go awful. They don't have a lot of stuff left. They got some racing left to do this year yet, and they're trying to race with what they have to build toward next year, not use next year's shit or dip into what they want to build for next year. So we were trying to get Danny on. He's like our perfect guest. Don't know much about him. Family deal. It reminds me of the Bobby Elliott story we had earlier this year when we had Bobby on, right? The family just traveling, trying to make it work, and Danny hit the scene last year, in a pretty big way. It was like, wait, what's he doing? Where's he going? And they made it. They're at the end of the run. They're getting there. They're almost there. They made it the whole year. They get a win. How could you not, right? 9 or 10 laps or not, I don't give a shit. Danny Sam's is my drink it. Dump it. Oh. Man, you know what? The 19R 358 Rutherford team. Dump it to that team tonight because, man, are they down in the dumps about the way the season went. I don't know if they're going to be back. I don't know if Tyler wants to do it. I believe in Tyler's ability. I think just more laps, more time. Tyler could be a good race car driver. Another bad wreck. Someone else in the car. Just shitty. Just sucks. So I'll dump it to the 19R 358 team. Hopefully we see them back out next year.
That's a good one. My drink it is going to be Logan Rumsey making his first dash with high limit, albeit, and just 4 straight in a row hard chargers at Williams Grove. The guy's just been showing that speed that we all know he has. He needs more laps in the 410, before he's really seriously competing for wins. But he's not far off, man. He's showing that. Obviously, and he could also be my dump it because him and Brady Bacon getting into it and kind of taking him out of contention there, when he was running up in the top 5. But dump it, I'll go to Lincoln. Just a tough deal on Saturday night. Cool that they're doing 4 features on the final show on the 18th, but just a hard deal all around with the rain and trying to dodge it and trying to get everything in, and also drink it to them for taking a shot to getting in. So both of those are both my drink it and my dump it. So let's go to the fans here. Marie, drink it. Go ahead.
No, Dave Smeltzer said, guess a new coming out next year. I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
Elaborate, Dave. If you get a second, you're still here. Elaborate. I don't know what that means. Go ahead.
Drink it to Sam, says Marie, and dump it to all the crash victims last night. That's also a good one. Santos, drink it to be Natio Weekend and T2T Double Live shows. Thank you, Santos. Dump it to all the torn up race cars from Path. Honorable mention, as always, for you guys. Another awesome show and making Monday something to look forward to. Thank you, Santos. Ampe, dump it to Brock Zierfoss for taking out 6 damn good cars. It was unfortunate. Drink it to Natio. Natio Weekend, baby. Let's go. I hope we get.
So
I hope DJ Ant Bay is able to make an appearance at the campsite again because he slayed at Tusky 50.
But he's going to be working now. If they're taking the car,
I know.
And I don't want to wish him any ill will, right? Like Friday goes bad, so they don't come back Saturday, so he drinks with us. But if they're now bringing the car, him and Spaghetti have to behave themselves.
Yeah.
We all don't like it.
We all got to be on a leash. We got to be on a pitch count. It's going to be
until
at least for us. It's after
You know
we
what,
pack up
Tyler?
for the live show, then it's whatever.
I don't know. Is Tyler Murray still in here? I don't know if he's still watching up. Tyler, we're canceling. We just want to party all weekend. We're out. Sorry, buddy.
Practical Nymph says, drink it, dunk to high limit. Is that a dump it? Dunk to high limit for
Dump
not
it.
keeping. Yeah, I think that's dump it. Dump it to high limit for not keeping double file restarts for a complete race, even when track conditions are the excuse. I thought that was the point of the choose cone.
No. Choose cone, just you get to pick your lane, but if the track conditions aren't safe for double file, you don't go double file. Whether you get to pick it or not, you're not going double file. So we've seen it before. It's not the first time, not the last time. It'll happen.
Steph says, I guess talk about Logan Rebsy. That's a good one. We were so happy for him last night. Then bad things happen. Mandy, drink it. Weekend winners: Norris, Mark Storson, and especially Danny Sams, Dale Blaney at Sharon. Me winning the Williams Grove 50-50. Hell yeah. Drink it to Mandy winning the 50-50 at Williams Grove.
That's why she was partying so hard at Path yesterday. I saw her out there partying. She was just having a great old time.
And she says that, blowing a lot of it on merch at Path. PPM getting cleared to run Natty Open. The Path Valley food stands with loaded fries. Strickler Boys for doing their tributes to the fallen officers. That's another good one. See, that's one good. Mandy will put everything in her
She's
drink it
thoughtful.
and
She
dump
gets
it.
them all the thoughts
She gets
in.
them. Yeah. And go Birds. Dump it, rain at Lincoln and Short and Bridgeport getting beat up by dirt clumps, all the wrecks and cautions at Path, and big one in the 358 race at Lincoln. And let's fucking go. It's almost Natty Open weekend. Let's go. Daniel Lee, drink it and chug it to what will to what will be an awesome Natty Open weekend. Always have to dump it to torn up race cars. We all miss Macri to see this weekend. Get back soon. Absolutely. He's going to be definitely, he's obviously one we didn't talk about tonight but if he was there, he's probably almost everybody's posse favorite at that point to win this weekend. It's going to be unfortunate to not have him there. Steph says, drink it to Sam's and dump it to all the wrecks and Lincoln not getting the shows in Saturday. I was pumped for seeing Billy starting fourth. Well, you'll be able to see him start fourth on October 18th.
Here's the best news for Billy. He gets to start fourth, and the racetrack probably won't be as heavy as it was that night.
Yeah.
And listen, Billy Dietrich, right? He's not like a gripped up, super fast. Like that's not his style, right? He don't love it. But I'll tell you what, that boy was ripping in the heat race. He was getting after that damn thing in the heat race. So, Billy, I think you can be a heavy track hero. I think you can do it, my friend. But him starting fourth in that feature, is depending on how the surface is. Billy, telling you what, man, like Billy's going to get him one at Lincoln soon, and I'm hyped for it. I hope I'm there for it.
Ampe says we're bringing the camper up too. I'll be there. I can have fun and be functional to work on a race car. Let's go.
Oh, that's
I just want DJ Ampe. Ampe was getting some booty shaking at Tusky.
Yeah.
Randy Cott, drink it to Mark, Sams, Blaney, and Thorson. Dump it to the 19R team for having horrible luck this season. Agreed. Tyler Koenig, drink it. Dale Blaney winning, Sharon, and happy birthday this week to Ashley Capetta. Another birthday. Happy birthday, Ashley. Dump it. Lincoln having bad luck again with the weather, although 4 features on October 8th during my birthday week is a bargain.
Yeah, it's a lot of lots for freaking for one night.
Austin Griffey, drink it to my first racing event where I'm going to buy a 30-pack of good old Coors Banquet legally. Plus the knockout punch that's being brought back. If you know, you know. And dump it to the torn up race cars this past weekend and Macri into the back injury. Thank you, Austin. Look forward to seeing you.
Should we take bets on where he'll sleep? Like where he'll fall?
Last year he slept on a pallet. I don't even know where we found the pallet. A wooden pallet.
Yeah, where did we get a pallet from?
It was around somewhere out. Somebody left it by a garbage can. I don't know why they had a pallet, but
we drug it back.
He slept
on it. Back
to
the campsite, and he slept on it. Jesus.
So he was sober though, because he wasn't legal then. So just to preface that.
Is that our official disclaimer?
That's our official disclaimer. That's what we're going with.
Okay.
But again, drink it to every one of you that tune in every week. We appreciate you guys so much. We hope to see you guys out at National Open this week. Come say hi, come hang out. National Open Chili Cook-Off will be live at 10 a.m. If you can't make it or you can't get there that early, we'll be live. We'll try to show you everything that's going on. And then 5:15 at the infield stage, we will be live, and then we will we're going to do trivia. We're going to have some special guests. We are super pumped up about it. Can't wait to see all you guys. That's it. Thank you guys. See you guys this weekend. Natty.